Welcome back to Lessons for a Lost Soul. In our previous video, we found Tomas, our lost soul, stuck in a pitiful state, working overtime to maintain his title as the big man on campus. By day, he pulled it off, but by night, the truth crept in. Alone, staring and pointing into a mirror, Tomas sang karaoke to himself. "You're no good. You're no good. Baby, you're no good." As sleep approached, another tune carried him off. Poor, pitiful me. Lord, have mercy on me. Maybe this is how it starts. Sometimes misery isn't the problem, it's the messenger. But enough of Tomas's pity party. Let's see how Larry is doing. Larry still hasn't been able to lie down with a lamb, but he can walk a mile with one. Larry is making progress in understanding the nature of lambs. Larry was judger. He judged lambs weak and witches wicked. Then Sophia sat with him one day. "Isn't that right, Larry?" "Larry," she said, "non-judgment day is coming. It's a powerful day. It's the day you realize how harshly you've judged others and how little you understood. On non-judgment day, you will seek first to understand. You won't judge the lamb as weak. You'll walk a mile in her shoes. And you won't judge the witch because you'll have flown a mile on her broom. And then you'll understand. It's just a story, Larry. You're playing a part, and your job is to know thyself before the story, within the story, and after the story." Just like Tomas, Larry is confused and wonders, is it possible there's a better way? We'll come back to Larry. Now let's see what's happening with Tomas. Why is it that what once brought you meaning now brings you nothing? What happened to the pride of being a bully that now makes you feel sick? All this happened to Tomas, and it confused him deeply. Is this really all there is to life? He asked himself. An existential ache stirred, and then cracked open inside him. One day, he noticed a man sitting nearby, sitting in a strange, effortless, peaceful way. Somehow, Tomas knew there had to be a better way. Under the influence of a peace that passes all understanding, he took a big step, not toward answers, but toward people who had more questions than answers. And that place was Embraceable University. Tomas found his place. He dropped out of Pitiful State and enrolled at Embraceable University, just a stone's throw from the heart of Center City, the place where he was born. Embraceable U is the home of the Huggers. Go Huggers! A campus filled with students and staff endowed with big, brave spirits. The Pitiful State crowd couldn't stand Embraceable U. They tried to intimidate its students and staff. But they soon discovered that even their fiercest threats couldn't disturb the divine whoopiness of the Embraceable U team. Tomas joined the Huggers football team. Here the coaches taught him to be mobile, agile, and tactile. After a tackle, Tomas would gently ask, "Are you okay? Do you need a hug?" Bit by bit, thanks to a rigorous rehabilitation program of systematic hugs, all the meanness was squeezed out of him. Still, Tomas had his troubles, right there in Center City. That summer, he was fired from his job at the Serious Sod Company. The foreman, frustrated and fed up, yelled, "How many times do I have to tell you? The green side goes up." "Oops," Tomas said as he looked back at the rows of sod and suddenly noticed green side up really is a much better look. Since Tomas had time, he decided to enroll in a semester abroad, studying Italian at U, just outside the town of Pisa. Tomas planned to really lean into his studies, convinced that understanding life might come with mastering a new language. However, after 9 weeks of intensive study, the only word he could remember was ciao. Tomas realized his talents were not linguistic in nature. He quietly gave up his dream of becoming a polyglot and continued his search, still trying to figure out what life was really all about. Tomas had dropped the meanness, but he still felt lost. And that's when he first heard about Inner Solutions. Let's find out if the Inner Solutions team can help Tomas. Tune in next time to discover whether Tomas makes progress at the Inner Solutions office. Will Mimi and Sophia help our lost soul rediscover a spark of profound possibility? Or will Tomas remain adrift in mournful confusion. A special thanks to the Inner Solutions team. We have some of the finest editors, grips, and gaffers currently working in Hollywood, Bollywood, and on the London stage. And again, we remind you, feel free to disregard this transmission. Years later, Tomas returned to Embraceable U to share his story. But that's another saga about a lost soul who realized that it's within every one of us to be wise.